What's up, guys? I thought I'd do a quick little video and tell you about the lures I've been using so far this year. Let you know what's working, what's not, some stuff that I like to do this time of year. My local lake is getting into the pre-spawn. It's about 61 degrees water temperature. The water's it started off real muddy and it's cleared up just a little bit, but it's getting into that pre-spawn phase. I usually start with that big spinnerbait right there. That is a Strike King nighttime spinnerbait. It has that giant Colorado blade on there, and that one has landed me. That one's landed me the biggest fish of the year so far. It was a 5-pounder, and when the water gets real muddy, and I think the water was, it was colder when I caught that 5-pounder, but it might have been in the low 50s. But it's just like chocolate milk, and that large Colorado blade, that thump and that vibration it puts out, that works well for getting a few bites. And this time of year, if you can get a few bites, you can usually get some quality fish. So I start with that one when the water is real muddy. Now recently it's cleared up a little bit, and I kind of transition through these baits. That red-eye shad right there in that red color, that's a good pre-spawn, just kind of ripping it and burning it, getting the fish's attention. Haven't got too many fish on that this year. I know a lot of people use those pre-spawn, but not quite as well for me. Really, when it was muddy, I went with a spinnerbait, and that was very early on. Recently, it's only been two things for me. It's been crankbaits and the Cinco. And for crankbaits, I've got this Spro rock crawler. This is kind of my deep water one, and I get this thing around kind of points, main lake points, and areas I know there's a little bit of rock, and that's got me some bites. But the fish are really starting to get shallow, and that's where I've used this Fat John, and that has gotten me some bites. Fire Tiger is a good color I like to use this time of year also, just something bright to get the fish's attention. And the crankbaits have probably gotten me the quantity, but the biggest fish I've got on the crankbait is only about 2.5 pounds. The Cinco, it's been the number one so far. The spinnerbait, like I said, it got me a 5-pounder, so it has the big bass. But the Cinco, I've got a 4.5 on that, and I've got a lot of other fish. The smallest one being 2.5 pounds. So I'm getting some nice quality fish on the Cinco, that 2.5 to 4 pound range. And I've noticed that in the shallower areas, 2 to 3 feet deep, the water clarity is starting to get a little better. I throw that Cinco out there. I've been going out there at night. I get off work, I go out there, kind of in the evening towards, nighttime when the sun's about to go down, and those fish, they kind of get it, they kind of start roaming around a little bit. I've thrown that Cinco out there, and they'll pick it up and take off with it. It's kind of funny. I thought maybe during the day when the water's maybe a little bit warmer, they'd be active, but it just hadn't been the case. I think it's because of the wind and the current. Usually current can be a good thing to set fish up, but I've noticed we've had some really, really windy days, and maybe it's just me not fishing it right, but I can't seem to get them to bite. And that's usually where I had that spinnerbait come in, but like I said, when the water's a little more clear, and it's windy out there, can't seem to get any bites. But once the sun starts to go down, that wind and that current die down just a little bit. There's still a little bit of current, but enough where I don't know if the fish are more active, or maybe it's just me having more confidence in it and fishing it better. But I've been getting these bites on the Cinco, and I've had them pretty consistently. Where some of these baits out here, they work one day, and then a couple days later they don't work. The Cinco has been consistent. I've gotten bites. Usually at least one bite every time I've thrown it. I caught a nice fish tonight, caught a good one last night, had a nice bite over the weekend. I did have one get off, and they've been quality fish. So early pre-spawn, the Cinco, a lot of people use that thing year-round anyway, just been a good bait. And the rest of this stuff, I'm going to keep throwing it because sometimes they'll just start, slamming. I really want to get into some topwater stuff. I got my rods out here. I've got some topwater lures and things. Once they really get into the spawn and then into the post-spawn, we'll get them on that. But the Cinco, it's an old standby, and that has been what's got me, I guess, the most consistent and the largest fish this year. But if you fish lakes in the southeast or lakes that are I guess similar to where I'm at, which is kind of shallow, man-made little lakes, kind of stained and murky water. Give these lures a try. You know, it might be the case in your lake that one of these other ones is the deal. So give them a try. We'll run them down here. That's a Strike King nighttime spinnerbait. We've got the Cinco, the 5-inch Cinco, and I think, what is that, watermelon black flake, I think it is. Yep. Got our Spro rock crawler and our Spro fat john. We got a, I think that's a molten crawl color. We've got a fire tiger, and then we've just got a Strike King red eye shad, and I forget what that color is. It's a red crawl or a demon crawl, or it's a red one. But give these lures a try in your lake. I hope the pre-spawn's going well. I'm going to try to get some videos, some action videos. I haven't been able to fish for long periods of time yet. You know, I go out a little bit after work, like I said, and then I've been out a few times on the boat. But hopefully we're going to get some on the water footage for you guys, and hopefully we'll get some more lure videos and stuff coming as well. All right, you guys take it easy, and we'll see you later.